Yo, what's happening? This is Late Night CJ, and we back at it once again. Now, in my previous video, which I encourage you to go ahead and check out, possibly before you watch this one, but if you need to double back, whatever, I was talking about be my peace. A request from a man, from a male point of view, to the females, the ladies, excuse me, y'all, more than females, but more of a request of how we can coexist in cohesion, and why the necessity for y'all to be our peace from our perspective. But I could not make such a request without taking some accountability and thinking outside of myself about how maybe we can be your peace. First off, let's put it like this. The reason why I put that out is to give y'all some context. So when we do double back and do what I first thought we should do, be apologetic, it gives you a basis of why we feel the need sometimes to apologize. Now, I've always said the best ability is accountability, and a man that can hold himself accountable will be able to eventually catch himself and check himself sometimes mid-sentence before he steps over that line. And the reason why I say a man should be somewhat apologetic, not a punk, but apologetic, is to let her know that he sympathizes and empathizes on what it feels like to have somebody overexert this level of, I won't say dominance, but say I'm physically more imposing. I cannot make you feel like you are under threat in your household as well. So when I hold myself accountable and I'm able to check my tone, I should be able to stop, express myself in an articulate way to let you know that I am frustrated. One of the things that I do in particular is if I feel triggered, if I feel a certain level of angst in my household, I'll let it be known off top. I'll be like, I'm actually feeling a little triggered. Prior, it don't even have to be nothing that cracked off. I just letting everybody know around me that I'm feeling, as y'all like to say, some type of way. Therefore, they know, and now I'm letting them know that I'm aware of my mindset in these moments so that I can catch myself, but also I'm not above being checked. If I start speaking and talking out of pocket, it allows y'all to say, hey, wait a minute, hey, daddy. And you're right. And I've always been a firm believer. If you are going to be a pillar and a leader in your house, sometimes you have to know how to be led. Sometimes you have to know how to be checked and accepted. You have to be the example. How can you walk around like a tyrant and a dictator, wanting everybody to capitulate to your every move, but if somebody has a problem with you, they just got to get over it? No. That is a destruction of her peace. And in order for you to feel powerful, she has to feel powerful. And she will never feel powerful if she can't be at peace as well. Secondly, you have to understand her level of communication. As a man, it is incumbent upon us to study our woman. Not study in a way that we can manipulate her, but to study her to know how to communicate with her. Now imagine you got two people. One person speaks French and the other person speaks Spanish. And y'all sitting up there trying to have this conversation. You can't understand each other because you don't speak each other's language. At some point, one of y'all are gonna have to learn the other one's language in order to learn how to communicate. Now, if you say you're a leader, you have to learn to speak her language so that you can get your point across, but you can also understand her point of view as well. Otherwise, you are a dictator, and nobody wants to live under the rule, I hate that word to say it like that, of a dictator. We are partners. What kind of partnership is 80 and 20? 20% I might entertain what you saying, but 80% of the time we gonna do what I'm saying. Sir, nobody, if the roles were reversed, would you want to live under that? That's why you moved out your mama house, because it was a 90-10. Sometimes y'all try to operate on a relationship like a 90-10. Now let's get this clear. Relationships aren't 50-50. My strong points might not be yours, and your strong points might not be mine. So there's going to be a time where we're going to have to defer to the other one. But if the woman is not comfortable deferring to you and you are not to her, then maybe you two should not be together.
Women typically want and need the emotional security from men. They also need that bond of equals, knowing that we will share responsibilities and you're not superior to me. You're not treating me like I'm inferior to you. Women typically want men who can appreciate her delicacy and not mishandling her, to understand that she's still a woman.
Number 3. Sometimes you destroy a woman's peace with bad decision making. Now, let me go ahead and give y'all some full transparency. Check the shirt. Merch coming. In the past, I have been somebody that made horrible decisions. I was a horrible leader, and I wouldn't expect a woman. Looking back, I don't know how a woman could trust me with her life, with the decisions that I was making. I don't understand how she existed in the chaos that I brought to a household. That's me taking accountability. Y'all see that? See? You see how this works? So I have to give her a reason to trust me. And the reasons that I give her is accountability and sound decision making. That sound decision making comes from me conferring with her, so that when I do make a decision, I have her full support because she's fully supported in the decision. This isn't a one-way transaction. And the reason why I say when I make a decision is because my position in the family is here. When these bullets come shooting, y'all are protected. Even if she was the one that called that shot and it went horrible, I'll stand in front like, no, you not finna talk about her. It was my decision. Now what? She needs to feel protected psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you can't provide that with all this boo-boo decision making, homie, she will live in a level of chaos, anxiety, and to the point of almost self-destruction because of you. And how can you look yourself in the face every day knowing that there's a whole person that trusted their life with you and you are running them into the ground? You are destroying the household, and every day they tell you that you can be great, but every day through your actions, you're telling them they don't matter. Homie, get it together. You want her to be your peace, and she's living with a piece of her self-respect. She's living with a piece of her dignity. She's living with a piece of her self-confidence. Man, if you don't tighten up, take some accountability. Be her peace, because when she's powerful, she can pour into you, and she can pour way more in you than you can pour into her. Facts. Hopefully I articulated that well enough for y'all. But this is Late Night CJ. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. 100. Baby, focus on me.